To learn about the off-grid lifestyle and to be inspired to live your dreams, click subscribe so you don't miss anything. Hit the bell notification. Okay, so I'm back at the tiny house build again today. Just wrapping up, putting on the roof. Yesterday, I nailed down the remainder of this side of the roof here. So now I got to nail down this side. But so far, everything is working out really well. I mean, I've undercut a couple boards and I've had to make shift a couple things. Here, I don't want to call this a mistake. I told you here that I have a little gap here. What I did was I ran the boards, let's just call it horizontally. And what I should have done is ran it vertically. And so what I did was I bought 2x4s knowing that I was going to have this seam on it. Well, then after I got this side done, I thought, you know what, I could run them vertically on this side and now I don't have any seams. See, there's no seams there. Well, so that meant that I was still gonna have to put 2x4s in between the rafters here to cover that seam. Well, it occurred to me, I don't have to do that. Even after all the planning and studying, once I realized my mistake, I got on YouTube and I started thinking, what can I do to fix this? I'm going to run 1x4s on top of the roof, horizontally. And the reason I'm going to do that is that gives me something to screw down into when I put my metal roofing material up there. Now you can run your 1x4s on the inside, but I'm going to run them on the outside. It's just easier. I can take 2 8-foot strips, run it down, and every 2 feet, then I have something to screw down into. Now, a lot of people suggested that I should run those at a 45-degree angle. And that way, if there's a leak, the water will run off. I guess I just don't understand why I would do that. It would look really bad because all the screws would be running down at a 45-degree angle. I'm pretty sure I want my screws to run horizontally with the house just for aesthetic purposes. Now, what some people do, and I've noticed on YouTube, is they'll run one set of 1x4s up and down, and then another one horizontally on top of that. That way, if there's a leak, the water would run down. But to me, that's just more area of failure that you could have a leak. So I'm not that concerned about leaking. If I have a leak, I'll fix it. I mean, I don't know if I'm really that concerned about the leak. Also, I'm putting the house wrap on it. Now, a lot of people said, you can't put house wrap on a roof. It just amazes me. I'm beginning to think that all the people that are telling me that I can't do something, it has to be just one person, because every step of the process, there's something I can't do. So it must be one person with a billion accounts, and he just comes in every day and tells me what I can't do because I'm doing it. You can put house wrap on top of the roof. That's exactly what it is. It's a moisture barrier. I mean, people are telling me it's not a moisture barrier. You have to have tar roofing material. This house wrap is supposed to replace the tar. Down in Florida, my dad is building the house not even a half a mile from the Gulf Coast Ocean where there's hurricanes all the time. By code, he is supposed to use this house wrap, this stuff right here on his roof. I helped him put it on. Now, he put 2 layers on for extra security because, he rode through a hurricane and he realized, you know what, I'd like to have 2 layers of it just in case. Then he put the metal sheeting on top of the house wrap. That's to code in Florida in a hurricane zone. Now, when I was telling you about the 1x4s, that 1x4 will meet up right on that seam. So it occurred to me, I don't need to put 2x4s here because that 1x4 will do the same job except on the top side. So that's going to save me 2 2x4s. Now, the other thing was people suggested that I should just rework these boards and run them vertically, the OSB. Well, I don't want to do that because I already cut these boards to fit. So I would have to go buy more boards. People are saying, well, you need to save the cost on the 2x4 so you don't have to do that. It would cost me more in OSB to replace the OSB. OSB now is probably 20 bucks a sheet, I'm guessing, but it really went up in price. So 4 times 20, I mean, we're up to 100 bucks. So today should go a lot smoother. You know, I'm gonna get up on the roof. So you may see that I put a 2x4 up on the roof. that helps me walk around a lot better. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna bring another 2x4 down closer to the bottom. It's just so much easier with a 2x4 there. I'm gonna take those off. I put those two up there when I was putting on the other side. It was easier for me to walk around. Sure didn't make the job a lot easier putting the 2x4s up there. And then, if everything goes smooth today, I'm gonna put the house wrap on. And I need to kind of get in a hurry. I mean, I still got a few days left, but I'm starting to run out of time. Rain is coming this weekend. This is Wednesday. I still got to put on 2 sheets of OSB on the overhang. I got this side done on both sides. That's already cut. I already got them cut, so I don't have to worry about cutting it right here. So I'm gonna get started just with the mundane work of nailing things down. So I've been nailing things on my walls and everything 4 inches apart. Well, that meant I had to carry my tape measure around, and boy, that really slowed things down. But yesterday I discovered a method that made things a lot faster. I don't need the tape measure anymore. I measured out the hammer. So from here to the beginning of the claw is 4 inches. So I can just lay it down on the wood and get my 4 inches, and then I can just hammer it down. Made things so much faster. So I've got the entire roof now nailed down, and I've got the 2x4s off of it now. So it's just me hanging on. The best way for me to hang on, I don't want to look inappropriate on the camera, but I lock my shoes up underneath my legs here and kind of in a squatty position, and it really locks me into place. I don't move around too much. So when I need to move, I can put my hand down and just kind of scoot down a little bit, lock myself back down. Now I got the dreaded task of putting the house wrap on. I got to start down at the bottom and work my way up so it overlaps on the downside. That way water can't get up underneath it. But the house wrap is going to be a chore. It's a little breezy today, and of course, you know, you got to manipulate yourself. You got to scoot around and you got to roll that out. It's got to be all even. It's got to overhang the house a little bit. You got to nail it down. So there's a lot of things going on all at once, and I really have dreaded doing this aspect of it by myself. So once I get the first strip on down at the bottom, it should go a little bit easier, but working off that edge is going to be kind of difficult. Okay, so I'm using these 1-inch plastic cap nails. The manufacturer of the house wrap said in the instructions to use these. What these do, they're plastic and they flex. And so up here on the roof, when you drive these in, they smash up against the paper, and it creates a seal. So there's no leaking around the nail. I know the sun's kind of bleaching it out, but I got one side wrapped. It wasn't as bad as I thought. The felt paper actually provides more traction than the OSB did. So tomorrow I'll finish up the house wrap, and then I can just kind of start nitpicking at little things, you know, getting the installation done. I gotta get, I forget what it's called. I think it's called a gutter board. I gotta get a gutter board up underneath here. I need to get some 1x4s. So just the little things now I can start getting done. Well, I was up there and I was hammering in roofing nails, and I was being as safe as possible. And I was holding a handful of nails, and then I would take one nail and I would set it. Of course, then I use my other hand, I drive it in. So I got this handful of nails and I'm setting one. Well, as I was setting one of the nails in my hand got hit by the hammer also. I wasn't doing anything stupid. I wasn't swinging hard. I didn't smash my fingers or anything. It took the nail and ran it through the meaty part of my finger. So if I take the finger and you kind of squish it. It almost felt like I pinched it. But when I pulled my hand up, dropped all the nails because it hurt, the nail had ran all the way through my finger. Ah! It wasn't so much the pain that bothered me. It was having to take that nail out of my finger. And of course, I mean, it was bleeding pretty good. So I got blood up there on the roof. And I told Carolyn, well, let's see, I got plenty of sweat on the house. I got blood on the house now. All I need to do now is cry, and I can have blood, sweat, and tears put into this house. Honestly, it does make it feel like, okay, well, yeah, that's what I bled up there, and boy, putting that floor on, it was hot when I was doing that. So there is a lot to this. It just, everything about it, even hurting yourself, puts a little bit of pride into the house. So I hope I can encourage you to find some pride while you create something. Thanks for watching.